Are you ready? Nyimba nyimba lwakunoonya kamere naye nga bino byenyimba si byamakulu pulira bunkola okagaaka omutima. We live? Okay, should start in a few. Did we keep the first part of our communication? So we're continuing. Okay, greetings once again, friends. Like I told you, we apologize for the constant disruption, but our internet is being constantly jammed. You all can see the fear that the regime has, always trying to disrupt any kind of communication that we have to you. We cannot use the radio stations or TV stations freely. All we have is the internet, and we thank God for it, but it's also being distracted. However, we shall proceed anyway. All I want is to ensure that at least I can empty my mind to you, brothers and sisters. I was still condoling our beloved Archbishop and telling all of you the kind of person, reminding all of us the kind of person that we have lost. We have lost a noble, outspoken, religious leader. We all know that the Archbishop actually complained, like I was saying, the circumstances under which he died were suspicious. It is not being spoken about, but that's the truth. We are still questioning the circumstances under which he died. Not that I'm disputing the doctor's preliminary report about his death, but we all remember that the Archbishop severally complained about the threats on his life. He, a few weeks ago, mentioned that somebody had called him and told him he would be the next whom. You remember that he was even warned by the regime. So to see that he died only a few hours after, performing the way of the cross, a person that was clearly healthy, is still disturbing our minds. But anyway, God is the one that gives and takes, and may his name be glorified. I will personally miss him. Archbishop Kizito Lwanga came and prayed for me on my sick bed in Rubaga Hospital after being brutalized in Arua. He spoke out against injustices. He spoke out against the excesses of the regime. He always advocated for constitutionalism. He advocated for the rule of law. So we have really lost a noble religious leader, and we hope that we can find justice for him, much as we were informed that he died of a heart attack. We all remember that you can't be certain under a military dictatorship. If we had a functional government, we would be instituting or demanding for an inquiry into his death. But as we all know, under the Museveni regime, many people die, and it swept under the carpet. Kawesa was murdered, Chirumira was murdered, Sheikh Muzata was died under suspicious circumstances, and many others. Inquiries are instituted, but they die out like that. However, I know, like I've given you an example of Archbishop Janandum, when he was murdered in the Amin regime, the official narrative was that he died in a car accident. But so many years after the fall of Amin, the truth came out. I pray that by the grace of God, the truth and the real truth about the death of Archbishop Cyprian Kizito will come out. But until then, we continue to pray for him to rest in eternal peace. I also, before delving in further communication, want to take this opportunity to salute the Muslim community, our Muslim brothers and sisters, and to wish you a very happy and fruitful month of Ramadan. Ramadan Karim, Ramadan Mubarak. Tubagalize ekisibo ekirungi baganda baffe mwenna. Mukama abawe bimusinga okwagala. Tumanyi nti mwezi guno gumugenda okutandika ogw'ekisibo. Lazima byosaba Allah abikuwa. So tubasabira byonna byonna bimwagala, naye tumanyi bangi nnyo musabirira ensi ennungi, musabirira eddembe, musabirira baganda baffe, naddala abasiraamu abali mu makomera nga tebalina musango, abali mu makomera naye kubanga gavumenti ya Museveni ebeeralikirira oba boogedde nnyo amazima, n'abo abafudde Allah abagaziize kabuli zaabwe. Manyi nti ne Muslim fraternity efiiriddwa mu bbanga ttono nnyo eriise, abantu ab'amaanyi bangi. Tubasaasira olw'okufiirwa Sheikh Anas Kalisa, olw'okufiirwa Sheikh Nuhu Muzata mukwano gwange, muganda wange, n'olw'okufiirwa Haji Katongole n'abalala bonna abasiraamu abafudde. Mpozi mu ngeri emu njagala n'okusaasira muganda wange Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago. I spoke to him just a while ago. Nayogeddeko ne Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago nga mulwadde ali Nairobi ku kitanda, naye abasawo abakugu bagezaako omwekebejja n'omukolako okulaba nga terera. Tukusabira muganda waffe Lord Mayor, Mukama akusuuse okomewo okole emirimu gy'abantu. We are confident that Allah will be with you and He will heal you and you will come back and we continue the struggle for the liberation of our motherland. Namwe abali eyo mumusabireko muganda waffe Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago. Now I'll try to be brief because we've started quite late owing to the disruption in the network and we are not even sure whether we'll be able to complete this. So before it gets disrupted, I want to tell you that I came today to address you majorly on 3 issues. Number 1, I wanted to give you an update on our brothers and sisters, our comrades who are in prison, the political prisoners and those who are missing. Many brothers and sisters are still missing. Those that have been returned have been gravely tortured, beaten, and some don't even have the confidence to give a recount of what they've gone through. Baba bonyabonyeza, baba tutugунyiza, baba kuddemu enjala, baba kubye nnyo. Bangi batya n'okwogera kubanga baba tiisa. Abalala baganda baffe nga bwe mmanyi bali makomera, n'abalala bangi bali Kitalya, including Nubian Lee, Eddie Mutwe, Tawa, Mowa, Dog City, Mbogo, Sheriff Naja. So many brothers and sisters are there. We are doing everything possible to have them free. We are using all legal means to get freedom for these our brothers and sisters. We petitioned the Court of Appeal. We petitioned the court martial to ensure that these people get bail. We know that they have no crime. Tebalina musango gwe bazza. Naye era mumanyi bulungi nnyo nti mu regime ng'eya Museveni bagezaako kubakozesa nga bargain. The regime is trying to use these people as a bargain tool to hold us on ransom. Bamanyi nti baba batunyigiriza nga bakutte baganda baffe. Bamanyi nti baslowinga down emirimu gyaffe. Bamanyi nti ne families nazo bagezaako okuzinafuya. We have been visiting them in Nakwezise, nze ne Joel Senyonyi ne Secretary General waffe David Lewis batugana okudamu okukyalira bannaffe bano abali Kitalya. Lwaki? Kubanga twogera amazima ku mbeera gye bayitamu. But again, we cannot hide the truth. These people are not in good conditions. They should be in better conditions. Tebakirizibwa kusoma bitabo ebyo bikwata ku Uganda, bagamba ebyo bya bufuzi. Imagine ne constitution omusibe ali mukomera takirizibwa kusoma bitabo by'amateeka. takirizibwa kusoma constitution, takirizibwa kusoma bitabo ebigula abantu obwongo. So now you know nti buli dictator bw'abeera afuba so much to ensure that he keeps you in the dark and puts a fence around your mind. We pray for them. These are brothers and sisters. We thank all of you that have gone to visit them. They are not short of visitors. Yes, babeera baagala kuva mu komera abakoyeeyo kyekituufu. It's been now more than 3 months. Naye twebaza mwena ababakyalira ne mubabeereramu. Era njagala kino kibalage nti Museveni kati alwana n'aba ordinary people. He's fighting with ordinary people. He's not fighting with intellectuals anymore. He's fighting with babas like Eddie Mutwe. He's fighting with music producers like Dan Magic. He's fighting with singers like Nobian Lee, with club bouncers, with young men and young women. He's fighting with border riders. He's fighting with the hawkers like Bobi Young. So Museveni is naked. But again, I'm very glad, and the world is glad, and the nation as Uganda, we are glad that there's massive awakening of the people. Now the people of Uganda have taken on the struggle by themselves. I want to thank all of you that have been protesting and demanding for the release of these our people. Even just today, our brothers and sisters in South Africa were protesting. We salute you, brothers and sisters. We salute you all over the world. And here in Uganda, those that have showed up to protest in different ways. I'm also protesting right now. Ndimukwekarakasa kubanga nyambadde t-shirt demanding for the release of political prisoners. Tebaina musango. But again, I know that many of you have devised means of protesting. I've been driving around town. I see people having stickers on their cars. I see posters around. I even see some graffiti demanding for the release of political prisoners. And to encourage you, go on and protest in all legal and non-violent ways. Non-violence works. Pressure works. I want to thank the legal team. Our legal team has done so much to ensure that these our people come out. Thank you very much. Abo bemujeyo, nabo bemugezako kujayo. I want to thank the brothers and sisters in the diaspora that have continued to support the families and the relatives of the incarcerated comrades. We could not handle it. I can't handle it alone. We can't handle it alone as NUP. But you, fellow Ugandans, you have taken the responsibility to ensure that these people don't, go hungry while their breadwinners are incarcerated. We salute you, brothers and sisters. I also want, in a very, very, very special way, to thank our secretariat, those that run about, our staff members that keep making sure that bail papers are processed, that affidavits are made, that the visits are accomplished and they're successful, that food is bought for these our friends. We salute you. The second thing I wanted to talk about today is the status of our struggle. I want to remind you, brothers and sisters, that the dictator is still in overdrive to ensure that he silences us once and for all. He has said it severally that he will crush us. So he's in overdrive, trying to crush us, trying to crush our ego, because he is so scared. Whenever we rise up, abductions have continued. Abana baba wamba enchanegulu. Many comrades have been arrested and framed with illegal possession of firearms. The same ridiculous charge that they put on these our comrades who were arrested together with me in Kalangala, and the regime is claiming they were found with ammunition. You recently remember that our comrade Chairman Nyanzi was raided by these ununiformed but gun-wielding men, and they pretended to be delivering bananas to his house. And guess what? In those bananas, there were 2 guns. If he had if he had received those bananas, by now it would be a different story. Many of our comrades have continuously been framed with possession of firearms. However, like I've always been saying, mwebereremu, brothers and sisters, it's important that you take it upon yourself to know that we fight in various ways, but most importantly, be alert, brothers and sisters. Museveni is desperately trying to turn a page on this fraudulent election. He's trying to sweep it under the carpet. He's trying so much to make this a business of yesterday, and we are saying it is not over. We are still demanding our victory, but at the same time, we even demand more the release of our comrades to come and join us in this struggle, because the struggle is not over until we achieve our liberty. And to remind you, comrades, that this is not, this is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Struggle jutulimu simisinde jakafuputuko wabula marathon. So we should not expect to turn things over just overnight. However, I'm encouraged, like I want you to feel encouraged, that every day we draw closer to the finishing line. Every day, all signs are showing that the dictator is falling. This ferociousness you see, obusungu bwemulaba, bunobona bubonero, obulaga nti dictator agenda kugwa. This is what has happened whenever dictators are about to fall. Brothers and sisters, it's always darkest when the sun is about to break. So, hang in there. Let's keep going. Let's keep fighting. We are certainly going to overcome. We are certainly going to, overwhelm this Museveni regime. Stay strong. Stay focused. Stay prayerful. Stay believing. Keep faith. Let's keep the faith alive. Don't be broken. We shall overcome. We are going to overcome. Now, my third point, and very importantly, I wanted to address the rampant propaganda that is ongoing, but not the propaganda as it is. I want to address the regime's renewed attempt to do the 3 Ds: to divert us, to divide us, and to derail us. 3 Ds. They want to divert us, to get us off the focus of saying, Mr. Museveni, you lost. You stole the election. We want to be free. We want our people back. Now he wants to change the conversation after being rejected by the people of Uganda and rejected by the international community. He wants to change our conversation. He wants us to change our guns to each other. That's why he's diverting us from the main point of freeing our country and freeing ourselves to fighting each other. Besides diverting us, he wants to divert us. He wants to divide us. He wants us to be fighting against each other. You are from a different party, therefore you're my enemy. You are from a different tribe, therefore you're my enemy. You are from a different school of thought, therefore you're my enemy. And yet we have always said that, friends, Uganda is only divided in 2 sides. That is the oppressor and the oppressors and the oppressed. Abanyigiriza n'abanyigirizibwa. So don't allow yourself to be diverted. Don't allow yourself to be divided. And certainly he wants to derail us. So don't allow him to derail us. Every time we change our guns and point them at each other, then we're slowing our arrival date to our freedom. And yet our brothers and sisters are dying every day. All our comrades did not die to see us fight each other. Our comrades are not in prison to see us fight each other. No. Why do I say that it is Museveni's effort to divide us? Because it only works for him. You brothers and sisters know that every time we fight against each other, we are making it easy for Museveni. We are making it harder for ourselves and therefore for the people of Uganda. So, if you are in the struggle, why do you allow yourself to be a tool of division? Why do you allow yourself to be a tool of diverting? Why do you allow yourself to be a tool of derailing us? I've said it many times that anybody whose words and actions are speeding up the fall of Museveni, the fall of the dictatorship, is our comrade and ally. No matter what party they come from, no matter who they are. And anybody whose words and action are actually keeping Museveni in power and keeping the people of Uganda slaves, that person is an enemy. No matter who they are, no matter what party they come from, no matter what their school of thought. Because this is a freedom struggle. And whoever is fighting for freedom is an ally. I mean, ask yourself, why would anybody invest so much time and resources to ensure that we are divided? You know, we wake up every day, like we say, to make sure by the end of that day, we can stock take and say, yeah, the road to Museveni, tumutusizano, enja tumutandikira wano. So, ebikolwa byo, n'ebigambo byo, bwe biba bigatta ku struggle, bwe biba bitugatta nga tebitwawula, bwe biba byanguwa okugwa kwa nakyemalira, then oli munnaffe. Naye ebikolwa byo n'ebigambo byo bwe biba ate bitusala speed, bwe biba bitwayabula yabulamu bwawuzi, bwe biba birwisawo nakyemalira, ne bw'obeera ani obeera mulabe wa struggle eno gye tulimu. Ekyo kiri very important. Twabagamba nti buli muntu tujja mulabira ku bikolwa bye, era making sure nti ebikolwa byo n'ebigambo byo representing kyoyogerako. We shall see everybody by their actions. So, brothers and sisters, it is important that we focus. Very, very important. Otherwise, we will be seen by the people as, prolonging the stay of the regime. You cannot claim that you support Kyagulanyi, but you say, no, you're fighting everybody around Kyagulanyi. I mean, what I stand for is what the people that I work with stand for. So you cannot claim that you're supporting me when you're trying to destroy every support around me. This is what dictators do. They first attack everybody around you so that they isolate you. And ultimately, they will attack you as a target. So, nchidamu kino mu Uganda kuba njagala mbeere very clear. Nti tosobola kugamba tino wagira Kyagulanyi, naye ate ngulumbagana buli yeetoolodde Kyagulanyi, obanga agamba nti oyagala support system yonna eyambako okutambuza emirimu gye tutambuza, osooka ogijjewo, then mbeere nga ndi alone. Gamba, this is not about Kyagulanyi as an individual. It is about all of us. You support me because of what I represent. And therefore you support the people that I work with because of what they represent. And the day anybody, including you, my brother, and myself, when we change what we are talking about, then we will also become enemies of the struggle, including you. So it's very, very important that we remind each other about this. We must look at things directly. Amazima tugogere, era tugalabe. But most importantly, let us not allow to be diverted, brothers and sisters. Museveni fights in crude ways. Yebwatu walwana. Tekikwewunyisa kulaba nti omuntu muyita wa bulijjo kasitaba nga asobola oba divertinga. Ensonga lwaki Museveni ajja kugenda mu bbaala. Ne bw'aba yeetaaga kukozesa mutamiivu. Ne bw'aba yeetaaga kukozesa muntu gwe mutateekenga serious. Ne bw'aba yeetaaga kukozesa by intellectual. He uses all ways. Yet talina limit. So don't allow yourself to be used. Kubanga abamu abakozesa bamanyi, abamu abakozesa tebamanyi. And this, I want everybody to know it, that Museveni uses some of our comrades with their knowledge, while he uses others without their knowledge. It is very, very important that we address this. Brothers and sisters, we as the new generation of Uganda are blessed with social media. We should use social media to unite us, not to divide us. We should use social media to push the truth out there, not what is wrong. We should use social media against the dictator, not against freedom fighter. Or else our advantages will certainly turn into disadvantages. I really had to communicate this, and I request all of you to translate it in languages that you understand, so that the message can reach everybody. Each other is all we have. We must work together. We must work together if we really mean what we say. and if we really say what we mean. Why are we each other's threats when we have a bigger threat? We are not saying that we will 100% agree, but even when we disagree as a struggle, we know that we are all going to be eaten by the dictatorship if we don't stand firm and represent what we believe in and major on majors while minoring on minors. And finally, about the propaganda, I want you to know that this propaganda didn't be no. Umuntu atambuza propaganda, it doesn't have to be true, because their intention is not to convince. Their intention is to create doubt, create so much doubt. And the danger about this, my brothers and sisters, let me also remind you that the dictator uses propaganda to discredit you before they attack you. They can even use propaganda amongst you so that they can harm you and say it was an internal rivalry. So do not be shocked that one comrade is attacked, that propaganda is pushed against any comrade, including you, my brother, and the regime will be getting a free target. It's important that we mind ourselves to it. Other than that, brothers and sisters, I want to encourage us to keep the faith alive. Failure is not an option for us. Like we said, we must fight and get our freedom, or at least die trying to be free. There's no option, there's no alternative for freedom. And I know that this struggle that we inherited from those that came before us is alive and well, and we are certainly soon going to move to remove a dictator. I want to send you greetings, all our comrades in the struggle. Abana bonna betwali nabo campaign trail, abatali mukomera, abanda bolwaliro. I salute you. Mbera mbalowoozako every day. I think about so much the comrades that we lost. All of you that support us in the diaspora chapter, especially you friends, have treated so many victims that are in hospital. Abana banji nnyo abamenyeka amagulu, abali malwaliro mubajjanjabye, banji babasibudde, banji bagenda bakuba ku matu. Our brothers and sisters that lost jobs will continue to be harassed. Muze mulaba regime emotoka neziwamba on top of emotoka zaffe ebbiri ze bawamba emyaka egisuka ebiri egiyise eziri mu Arua, kati n'emotoka yaffe empya bagiyise nti bagala kuddamu gicharginga misolo. Naye ebyo byonna Katonda ali naffe, bannayuganda bali naffe, n'amateeka agali naffe. So kiri very 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 important to hang in there, to be strong, to keep the hope alive. Njagala okusindika okulamusa kwange eri family z'abannaffe bonna abali makomera. This morning I was talking to Eddie Mutwe's daughter, and she's strong. The other day I was talking to Nubian's wife. She's strong. Our brother Achireo Chivumbi lost his father. He was not able to even pay his last respect to his father. Tatawe Twamuzika. Our comrades in prison, Eddie Mutwe, Bobi Young, these have been victims of propaganda in the past. We salute all of you. We salute you, Nubian. We salute all of you. Betutamanyi je muli, naye nga tumanyi nti je muli. John Bosco Kibalama n'abalala. Mukama ali namwe, naffe tuli namwe. I want to thank all of you fellow Ugandans for listening to me. I would really love to continue communicating to you, but because we can't access easily the radios and TVs, at least we'll every now and then be coming to communicate with you. We once again apologize. We spoke to you almost more than an hour later because our internet has been disrupted. I wish you a happy Ramadan. I wish you a happy weekend. I wish you a happy day for God and my country. Nziko. Are you ready? Nyimba lwa kunoonya kamere naye nga bino byenyimba si byamakulu pulira bunkolokota ku mutima. We live? Okay, should start in a few. Did we keep the first part of our communication? So we're continuing. Okay, greetings once again, friends. Like I told you, we apologize for the constant disruption, but our internet